Now before you say, oh, you didn't beat Wizard101 at level 1, it's can you beat Celestia at level 1? Yes I did, but this is the end of the level 1 challenge because we can't go any further beyond Celestia. It is the technical limitations of KingsIsle that prevents us from going any further. Also, I feel like continuing it any further would just be a really stale challenge, dying over and over and over and over and over and over. I've been doing these challenges for 3 or so years now for this game, so if you want to attempt this one, just don't. The strain on your mental health will really get to you, and I mean it. Anyways, at the start of the game, you can lock your level to prevent yourself from leveling up. This means that any experience you gain from quests or fighting is stored until you unlock it. So from the start of the game to the end of the game, I was but a small weakling that had to get by through scripts and scraps to improve. This included me having to use spells through treasure cards since I couldn't learn any of them. I suffered through the first arc, and now on the last leg of my journey, I was sent to the Celestian sewers to fix some plumbing issues and remove some pests that kept shielding. Being the storm school, I kept fizzling a lot, which seemed about right since there aren't any storms underwater. It also doesn't help that it's the most fragile school since it's more of a glass cannon, but at level 1, it's just glass without the cannon. The only roadblocks in this world were the bosses, of which required me to shield. I'm sure we can live this, okay? Maybe it does less than 55 damage. Okay, it did 55 exactly, nice. Yes, math, hooray. Or have a minion to gang up on them, sort of like having your older brother deal with the middle school bullies. The only difference here is me and my older brother get beat up too. As I went deeper into the depths of the ocean, I found strange creatures like these deformed sea creatures with butts for faces. Here I decided to have a little fun by using polymorphs. Polymorphs in this game are spells that let you turn into a variety of creatures with different spells and stats. I morphed into a furry and died. I found out there was an even bigger pest in this underwater temple those butt-face monsters worshipped. But there is something special with this temple. You see, this is the Ghost and Goblins temple, where if you die, you do the whole dungeon all over again. My favorite Easter egg of all time. If you mess up just once, not just in a single turn, but in a single battle, you go back to square one.
The gate has defenders. You must deal with them before you access the storm altar.
I spent an hour in this hyperbolic purgatory chamber and got really lucky since all the stars aligned for me. I faced off against the legendary McDonald's mascot, Grimace, and I sent him packing back to Ronald McDonald's restaurant basement where it belonged. My next task was to head into the portico, short for porta potty. This was the hardest part of the world because the battles here were always 4 versus 1. Either I died on the first turn or died on the second turn. The reason why is because at level 1 there isn't enough health to go around to take 2 or 3 hits, and if you're up against 4 of them, then you're looking at a gangbang. However, the good thing is if you take down one of them, they don't respawn when you come back. We just have to go first, and we didn't go first. But knowing anything in any... Okay. The highlight of this dungeon is polymorphing into a muscular boy and fighting against a mini-transformer. Underwater. This should be Michael Bay's next movie. I paid a visit to the science center, which was boring to the point while writing the script, it became the sleep center, so I'll skip this section. The Crustacean Nation was where I actually had some real trouble with a tag team duel called Big Lenny and Little George. How long did it take you to get to Celestia? Did you solo? Well, if you watch the past streams, or collectively add it up. What? KingsIsle thought it was a good idea to make you fight 2 bosses at once. The truth is though, I'm a boss too. The strategy I used for it was to heal off the damage I took while gaining enough pips to hit back with another polymorph. You see, in polymorph form, you gain a lot more health than what you have at level 1. The second to last dungeon of this world was the planetarium, where all the outer space sharks lived. I tried experimenting and used a spell called Vengeance, which gives a 25% critical chance increase. The critical stat for this game is non-existent until level 50, so this is one of the only ways to land a critical hit. I've learned that there are only 2 cards at level 1 that are good while doing this challenge: Wild Bolt and Insane Bolt.
The mirror will break, the horn will call, from the shadows I strike, and the skies will fall.
Okay. The last thing on my level 1 bucket list was head into the Trial of Time Wasting, because story-wise, this doesn't tie into anything. This was the toughest part of the level 1 challenge because the first boss, Metal Tin Man, it summons minions. You might think, oh, it's easy since I've done a 4 vs 1 before. Yeah, but the difference here is that they respawn. A lot. I like to think that maybe this boss was summoning those Squidwards, hoping one of them would turn into a handsome one. You know, like a shiny Pokemon, but that never happened. I tried a lot of abnormal Witch Doctor strategies, like polymorphing, getting one-shotted on the first turn, summoning minions, and after 2 hours of suffering, I realized I just needed something more powerful. A better minion. Not the pay-to-win ones, those are too expensive for my blood. I needed Monstrology minions. They're just basically Shadow Realm Yu-Gi-Oh cards made from your enemy's souls that can take a hit and hit back. Hard. Now it's smooth sailing, I think. We did it, yes! That only took 2 hours. The second boss started spouting love poetry, so I killed him. With love. Finally, I made it to my journey's end. It was time to collapse the sun into the spiral and fulfill my role as the ultimate being. I'm kidding, I still don't know why we do this. The last boss was tricky since she had something up her sleeve. She threw red pocket sand in my face. I think we'll be okay, guys. See, look, she just continuously casts that thing. Oh, and we're dead. And in the end, with the help of the friends I made along the way, and the chat, I was able to take it down and beat this level 1 challenge. Before you ask, no, I can't go any further at this level. Also, some guy told me to train Firecat. Anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support. And subscribe if you're new. Come join our friendly Discord. Besides that, take care, and I'll see you guys.